This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olsen. Glad you are joining us for this one. Off we go from South Philly. Now an opening past the 30. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line.
At their own 45-yard line.
Take it for 4 yards on the game's first play.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
That's good for a
Pickup there of 13. Good for a Dolphins first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
First down, Dolphins.
They'll turn and hand this one off. Trying to avoid tacklers, and the ball is out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, Mike, you're trying to score touchdowns. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone offense. In this case, they dodge a little bit of a bullet here. The ball comes loose. Fortunately for the ball carrier, his own team recovers it. They can keep their offense on the field and see if they can finish this drive.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He'll drop to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Miami. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. Point after, coming up here. He's got it. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead.
Dolphins 7, Eagles 0.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
Back to throw. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That is 2 big pickups to start the drive. 32 on the latest.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Ready, set. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Here we go, set. Steady.
Throwing now from the gun. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. They'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Try to push forward, but only a yard. Down to the 2.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal.
Ready. Crop goal 80.
Now they'll set up to throw. Pick as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Go! 18 Cardinal.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
The Eagles going to send their field goal unit out. This about as short as you can get. The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And the Eagles are on the board. It's 7-3.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
A short one taken at the 10. Pass midfield. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll go with a counter on first down. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. 2nd down.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game, where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
They face 2nd down and 7. London brought in motion. They'll look to set up the screen here. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. We'll talk things over before 3rd down. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They've got it at the 8, 1st down and goal. Here's a run. Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
From back at the 6-yard line, what can they do on 3rd and goal?
Set. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
In motion comes Andrews. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that's incomplete. They couldn't connect. And that's how this first quarter will come to an end. So, time to think about 4th and goal coming up. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back in Philly in a moment. So now the Dolphins turn it over to their field goal team. This, about as short as you can get. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the Dolphins go out to a 10-3 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
28-yard line.
He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Back to 60. Back to 60.
In middle, and he's got Brown. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. 23 yards on that pass play. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
28-yard line.
Let's go.
Now give on the ground. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
The 48-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
Go.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down. Back in the backfield in the area of holding.
Okay, ready? Set. Ready? 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Let's go.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Thrown left side. The catch is made. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback. And come out to the 20-yard line.
Okay, break.
They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 7. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down. Here's a toss, right side. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Viking, take over.
That is hauled in at the 5. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
First and goal at the 5-yard
They get
line.
14 yards and set up first and goal. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Second and goal.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Ready up! Wide motion. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to third and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
From the 2-yard line, yet again, what can they do on third and goal?
70 Timberwolves.
Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line. The Eagles going to send their field goal unit out. This is about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good.
Makes the score.
And the Eagles cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
7-yard line.
Get this drive started on the ground and covered. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Second and a yard. They'll throw out of the gun. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll look to pick this up third and a yard. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Miami.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get about 5.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5.
2nd and 5. They'll send a man in motion left. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. That's caught right side. It's London. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Here we go, set. Drop goal, 80.
That one knocked away. And it's incomplete.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Ready, set.
3rd down, 3 to go.
Let's go. COVID-19.
London brought in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Flush to his right. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down. Jalen Carter. He spins to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up 4th down. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Okay, ready? Set up.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
He'll drop to throw. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. The return starts from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. Hawks, 7, Hawks, go.
Now a toss play, running left. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Check go.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good shot separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. Here comes the Eagles punt team. He's on for the 2nd time and wouldn't mind a carbon copy of that first kick. This is taken at the 25. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line.
At their own 43-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. A quick throw here, going to be taken by London. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready up.
Out of the gun, he'll throw, and that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Didn't get the hop he was hoping for. It bounds into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
3rd and 10. Back to throw. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
1st and 10.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Throwing now from the gun. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Now they'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
Well, we had a chance to sit down with the defensive coaches the other day, and we asked them, give us a few key points for today's game. And the first thing out of their mouth, Mike, what was it? It was, we got to get off the field on 3rd down. Well, here we are in the 2nd half, and they've done just that. Right now, this offense has no answers on 3rd down.
And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. On the give, it's Hubbard. Up the sideline to the 40. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
So I actually really like the concept of the pass play, and I think if we see a little bit better pass protection, even just a second longer, that's probably a completed pass, but I think the pressure just sped his clock up just enough, Mike, that he wasn't able to get that ball exactly where it needed to be.
He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 1. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
3rd and a yard. He'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to have the first down yardage. The stop made at the 31, but a new set of downs. First down picked up.
And I think if they didn't get it there, even with the lead, I think that coach is telling them, hey, this is 4 down territory. But that's all for not now, because after that good blocking up front, he picks up a fresh set of downs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
19,
He'll look to throw. Now, deep ball for London. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up second down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
2nd and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this 3rd quarter.
A loss of 8 yards. And it's
So, 3 quarters have come and gone.
3rd and
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down.
18 Cardinals.
And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, There was nowhere to go with the ball.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's a designed run. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll run it here with Hubbard. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 4. Handoff here, up the middle, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Third down and 3. Complete. He's got it to London. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Dolphins 1st down.
That's good.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. On the give, it's Hubbard. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Let's go.
London brought in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Now, faking the give. Now a shot here, deep middle. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw. But I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Ready.
It is 3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. So the Eagles will use their first time out here as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. So now the Dolphins turn it over to their field goal team. This a 48-yard attempt. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's a handoff to Barkley running left.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Now a 3rd and 2. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Pressure gets there, and he goes down. Now there is a flag down, but this might be on the offense anyway. They'll try the right side this time. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The line of
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
They'll stick with him again. Oh, the ball's out. That'll be picked up by the Eagles.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
And he'll move it out of harm's way. A gain of 3 up to the 4-yard line.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Here is 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Now, a big 3rd down. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. And they're going to move this one all the way up near the 30-yard line. 2 timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it'll be 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He was trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. 3rd down coming up. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
It's a turnover on downs.
Got it. Ready? Go.
We're going to run right over center with Hubbard. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. Here's a 3rd and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. So a win here for the visiting Dolphins. They bounced back from the loss last week